Hi all, so this evening session is upper body, following on from last week, which was lower body. We're going to be doing just a sequence, half an hour sequence of exercises, which you can do to stand alone or tag along with earlier session, which is just a kind of a standing warm up. Hope you enjoy. Equipment you need is 2 weights or equivalent tins and mat and towel for your head or pillow. Okay, we're going to start in standing and then move to the mat to do some mat work. So your starting exercise in standing is you're going to be hip distance apart at your feet, nice and soft in those knees. You're going to find that mid position of your pelvis. Just engaging those abdominals, we're going to open up the shoulder blades. You're going to take those arms to about 90 degrees. And we're just going to do some alternate shoulder press. So taking the arm to the ceiling, just working through those shoulders, while we keep some nice control through the shoulder blades, through the abdominals. So warming up there. Good. Remember to use your breathing. Keeping that head nice and long, making sure the shoulders aren't creeping up to those ears. Keeping those abdominals engaged. Okay, a couple more of those. We're going to bring the arms out to the side. We're not going to pause by the side unless you need to. You're just going to do some small arm circles. So we're going to do 10 one way, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 10 the other way. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Small pause down there. Should be feeling it in your front of your shoulders at this point. Then we're going to come up to shoulder height in front, not directly in front, kind of in the plane of where we would reach for something. And again, we're going to do circles 10 one way, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back the other way. So remember, just check in with your posture here, making sure your shoulders aren't creeping up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, and relaxing those arms down. Okay, so that's our standing warm-up. We're going to move to the floor now. So we're going to go to 4-point kneeling. I'm just going to tilt my camera angle down so you can see a bit better. So you will still need your weights. I'm going to come side on so it's easier to see. Okay. So 4-point position. Again, you want to get your prep position. So we're going to have length through the shoulder blades. We're going to move the pelvis through its full range to find that nice kind of midpoint so that spine is nice and flat. Got a right angle at the hips and knees hip distance apart. So we're working on our stability around the shoulder blades here, but also the core. So in that nice square position, length through the head, chin tucked, we squeeze the arm by our side, and we're going to be working the tricep muscles, so extending back. Try to keep that kind of upper part of your arm nice and still, so it's the elbow that provides the kind of movement. You should feel it working in the back of the arm, keeping that control through the pelvis so we're not leaning too much, engaging those abdominals. Using your breath out. Good. And then we're going to finish here with some little pulses, so holding that tin up, we're going to do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Resting that weight down. Might be quite nice to have a little stretch into child's pose here. Good. Good. And coming back up. I'm going to change position just so you can see. Getting that 4-point kneel, just tucking that pelvis in and out just to get that nice level. Okay, again, along in those shoulder blades, tucking that chin. I'm going to take that arm by our side, squeezing the elbow in and pushing back through that arm. So you don't have to do a massive curl forwards, it's more about pushing back. Good. Lovely. Keep that going. And then holding it there, little bend, and just in that outer range, we're going to pause 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relaxing down. Another child's pose stretch. Okay. So still working the backs of the arms. We're going to do a little bit of a tricep dip now. So you can use edge of the bed, edge of a chair, firmer surface is easier. I'm just going to slightly tilt my screen so you can see. So in this position, you're going to support your body weight over the edge of the surface you're pushing from. So as your first port of call, just coming to take your body weight, nice and square in those shoulders, engaging the abdominals, square in those feet and knees. You can just practice holding that. If you want to take it into the actual exercise, we're going to drop down and push back up. So wrists are facing forwards, engaging those abdominals as we come back up, squeezing through those buttocks as well. Breath out as you push. So we're going to do 10 here. And then come for a small pause. And then we're going to go into another 10. So again, just thinking about when you're in that position, opening through the shoulders, keeping that alignment through the head, nice and square through the feet, and engaging the abdominals and the buttocks. Okay, so back in that prep position, engaging the abdominals, down we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So you should have felt that working in the backs of the arms. Pretty tough one, that. Okay, so moving on to the next kind of weight bearing exercise in 4 point. We're going to work on a little press. So for this one, because my floor is quite hard, if your floor is the same at home, you might want to pop a small towel under your knees. So there's a couple of options for this. So first up, so mid option is you're going to be on your knees. Just adjust my towel there. And you want to come forwards and engage those abdominals. So we're tucking in, got that nice flat spine. And from there, the hands are under the chest. We're going to press down and back up. Okay? Now, if that's too tricky, we're going to work on a box press. So that way you bring your bottom back, the arms still come under the chest nice and wide, and we press down. What I don't want to happen in this position is that the bum goes backwards like a child's pose, so you're still working the arms, still engaging those arms and chest muscles to work. Okay, so there's your 2 options. Position 1, harder, position 2, easier. So we're going to do 10 of those. So engaging, down we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Small rest into child's pose. Good. And then for your second set, I'm just going to choose to do this with the box press. So if you are doing that, you can check your technique. Okay, we're going to go for another 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. and resting into that stretch. So potentially as well, you're going to feel your heart rate a little bit more now. So we've done some cardio element to this upper body workout. Okay, so we're going to change what we do now, and we're going to move on to our back to incorporate a bit more abdominal work with our arms. So for this, you'll need to be on your back with your small pillow, if that's right for you. Just making sure you can get that nice alignment with the head and shoulders, and you need your weights nearby. So I'm just going to adjust my screen so you get a better view. Okay. So in this position, just checking in, nice and square at your hips and knees, open through the shoulders, head nice and long on that towel or pillow, so just make sure you're not too flexed or that your head is too far back. And you want your arms by your side. You're going to bring yourself to tabletop. So remember, tabletop, square at the hips and knees, engaging those abdominals, so we're drawing that belly button to the spine. We're going to take the arms up, so as if they were kind of directly leading to the ceiling. So keeping that tabletop control, we're going to do 10 circles one way. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Small pause if you need to come out of tabletop, or if you want to stay up there. And we're going to go the opposite way. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little hug of your knees to your chest. And we'll do another set of that. So coming back down, back into tabletop, engaging those abdominals. We're coming up above our head, and we're going to do 10 smaller circles. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause if you need to, in out of tabletop. If not, let's carry on. 10, 9, 8, the alternate way now. 7, 6, 5. Keep those abdominals working. 4, 3, 2, 1. And in. Good. Okay, so for our next move, we're going to move into side lying. So you'll need one weight for this and a bit of space behind. So we're going to have a long arm. So you want to probably make a slightly chunkier pillow or a rolled towel. And we're going to slip that in between our arm and our head. I'm going to come up a little bit so you can see me better. So we're long in the head, long in the arm, open through the collarbones, tuck in that chin. And then for our lower body, we've got a plumb line of our feet to our bottom. We're just engaging those abdominals. Okay, with the weight, we're going to pop the arm in our side, by our side. And then we're just going to be working the backs and fronts of our shoulder muscles. So in that position, we're lifting against the weight of the tin and gravity. So keeping everything controlled, the elbow bent, we pivot at the elbow again. It's a really small exercise, but really good for our shoulder muscles. Trying to come up as far as you can without your elbow leaving your side. Good. We'll finish with a little hold there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Good. Okay. Before we roll on to the other side, we're going to change our arm position. We're going to come to arm opening. So the pillow will need to be bigger still, or the towel folded more. I'm going to take the tin to the top arm. And we're just going to work on that arm opening. So when we become open, we only roll as far as we can until we feel those those hips want to come with us, okay? So rolling forward. So we're really about moving that upper part of our trunk. Our head can come with, as long as it stays kind of midline in the center of the chest. So we'll be working that a little harder with the weight to control that rotation without our upper body wanting us to come. I intermittently popping my head up just to check where my body is. Good. We'll do 2 more of those. And then we're going to change that movement now to do that little arc over our head into that back corner. We're going to allow a little bit more hip movement now. So we're really working the control in that back corner, stretch for the chest. So we sweep over our head into the back corner and then we come back the way we came. Allowing a little bit more hip rotation this time, just to allow us a little bit more mobility in the upper back through the front of the chest. Really working the control in the back corner of that arm. Using your breath out with the effort. We'll do 1 more of those. Holding there and coming back round. Okay. All right, so that's side 1. We're going to roll over and do side 2. So starting with exercise 1, again, we're on our side. This time we've got that long arm for the first one, pillow under there, plumb line of our feet to our bottom, opening through the chest, engaging those abdominals. We're going to take the weight, arm by our side at a right angle, and we're just going to lift the weight against gravity, again, not trying to roll back to achieve a higher distance. Keeping the elbow at a right angle, try not to flex the weight up towards you. Just working to engage the abdominals, keep that line nice and open. You should feel some tightness in the side of the shoulder. On this next one, we're going to hold there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax that down. Okay, so we're changing the arm position now. So we need slightly more height on that pillow under my head. I'm going to bring my arms together as if we're an arm opening prep. Again, just checking that plumb line, engaging my abdominals. And we're going to take that weight over. Again, just to the point where we feel we can control before those hips roll back. Using that breath out. If it feels right for you, that little bend in the elbow is fine. Making sure you rotate the chest as well as the arm. Okay, good. And then we're going to change that position now to come over our head into that arc, into that back corner. A little bit more movement of the hips now. So sweeping over our head and back the way we came. Good. Okay, moving into the last one. And back we go. Good, okay, I'm popping those weights down. So you can come back into sitting. We're going to move on to our final position now, which is lying on our front. So for this, you're going to need a small fold in your towel so that you can create a little head space so that you can breathe. Weights by your side. Okay, so I'm going to sit my glasses off for this one. So head is resting down. I've got that nice length through the back of my head. So my checkpoints for this is that if I had an eye in the middle of my forehead, it'd be pointing down into the pillow that I'm resting on. I've got a nose hole free. I've got my arms by my side. I'm tucking my pubic bone in towards the mat, so I'm gaining that length in the tailbone, and I'm opening through the shoulders and drawing them into my back pocket. Okay, in order to work this a little bit more, we're going to draw those shoulders into our back pocket and add a little lift with the weights and back down. So we're going for lift, squeeze, and back down, keeping the tailbone tucked, keeping the head long. Where possible, try not to force the head into the pillow. And I tend to use my breath out as I lift and squeeze. So really working the back of our shoulder blades. And also our abdominals and lower back muscles. Good. And one more. We're going to add a hold in with this one. Little pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax that down. So you might just want to bring your head up for a little pause. And then our last move again is on our front. Head resting down. This time we're going to have the weights in front of us. So again, we've got that length in our head, shoulder blades into our back pocket, despite the fact that our arms are above our head. We're engaging those abdominals, tucking that tailbone. And we're going to go for a little alternate lift. So we're lifting the opposite arm and leg. So really want to drive that movement through the buttock and through the shoulder blade, coming up. Breathing out on the effort, keeping that head relaxed and long. Last one. Good. Okay, just pausing a second. I'm just placing my head on one side then the other. And then we're going to finish on the opposite side. So again, just checking in with the tailbone, open through the shoulders, length through the head. Driving through that buttock. I'm going to lift. Okay, last one. Good, and relaxing there. So to finish off, I'm just going to come back into child's pose. Just to stretch through the backs of the shoulders. I might choose to take one arm out just to stretch the chest in child's pose. And then I can also pass this one under. You can spend a little more time in this position. And then the same, take one arm out to the side, stretch the front of the chest, and then I can also pass that under. Good. Okay. Reinstate the vision. Okay guys, there we have it. Upper body workout. Hope you enjoyed.